with TestNG. Write with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Mention the WebDriver with TestNG. Write with the new heading. Mention the WebDriver with TestNG. Okay, right. So let's understand what exactly mean by that and how we can take care about these particular activities. In simple, first we got take care about in working with WebDriver. What is the use of WebDriver? Use of WebDriver to develop automation script. Then we got taking care about in working with TestNG. Use of TestNG. What is it? To generate HTML reports. The one you will be taking with WebDriver and taking with TestNG. WebDriver is a one individual program and TestNG is an individual program. Nowhere of connectivity of these two things. Previously, we got take care about in working or utilizing these two individual things. Now we need to begin to understand how exactly we can take care about in working with the combination of these two. We need to begin take care about in working with the combination of these two activities. Let's understand how exactly we can write in a program related to this. So the one we need to begin take care about in writing with individual program. First, we'll understand that how exactly we can write that particular individual program, and after that, we'll take care about in integrating with that particular respective framework. Let's look into that. First, we'll understand that how exactly we can take care about in writing that particular respective individual program. For that, in simple, if I'm taking with the concept of WebDriver program, let's consider any of individual programs we done. First, we got take care about, we need to begin taking care about in importing all the required packages. If you refer any of our individual program of WebDriver, first we got take care about in referring with, importing all individual program. Once we got referring with importing all the packages, we got creating with respective class. Once we got create with the class, need to begin take care about main method. Once we got create the main method, we are taking care about the object reference. The driver object we are using. After that, taking care about in performing all the test case step, or in simple mentioning the test step. And finally, need to begin take care about in closing that particular browser, or you can consider that taking with that particular respective application. These are we need to be get taking care about in following that particular respective step while working any WebDriver program. If you refer any of our individual program, we got take care about importing the package, creating with the class, writing with main method, creating with object, performing all the test step, and finally close. Okay. Now, this is our regular WebDriver program. In the same program, continued with the same, in that same WebDriver program, we need to take care about in implementing or working with TestNG. In the same program, we need to take care about in implementing or working with TestNG. According to our understanding, when you are working TestNG, do we require main method? No. While working TestNG, while working with the TestNG, there is no concept of main method. So whenever you are working with that particular TestNG, there is no concept of main method. Taking care about remaining steps, in that we need to take care about in performing the required steps here. Now, let's consider these particular steps. If I'm just looking into these steps, which statement need to be executed in the last? According to these steps, which statement need to be executed in the last? Which statement? Close. Closing the application, closing the browser. This statement we need to be get execute in the last. That means for the TestNG program or for TestNG, we need to inform that for the TestNG, we need to be get informed that to execute this statement, to execute this particular statement in the last. Nothing but that related code need to be get executed in the last. If we want to execute in the last, what is annotation we can try? What is annotation? What is annotation? We can take care about after class. That means in simple, the code related to closing with the browser, the code related to closing with the browser, that particular code we need to be get provided under after class. Okay. In the same way, if I'm taking with these statements, if I'm just consider these particular statement, let's look into that object creation. Nothing but reference of that particular object. We done with WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver. What is the output of that statement? Launching the browser. So if I'm taking that statement, it's taking care about launching the browser. That means according to our test step, launching with the browser. When we have to execute that statement, first or last? Launching the browser is the first activity or last activity? First activity. That means launching with the browser need to be get take care about in executing in first. So for TestNG, we need to be get informed that to execute this particular statement in first. For launching with the browser, we need to be get informed to the TestNG to execute this particular step in first. Because of that, you will be using annotation. What is annotation? You can try. What is it? Before class. The code related to object reference provided under before class. So we got take care about that particular before class and taking with after class. And the remaining test steps here. So you're remaining with test step. All that particular test steps you will provide under at a test. So all that particular test steps you will provide under at a test. So in this way, we can utilize the required annotations according to the requirement. No, sir, this will make you all confusion. We can go with the only annotation of at a test also. Our target not like using more number of annotations. The target is need to be get take care about in generating with HTML report. So for the purpose of generating HTML report, we need to take care about in utilizing the respective annotations here. So in this way, we can take care about working with WebDriver. That particular WebDriver program, we can go with the annotations of TestNG. So let's see that how exactly we can write that program. If I'm taking with that particular program, how exactly we can take care about in writing that particular program. So for that particular program, as usual, it will be followed the regular standards, taking care about in creating with that particular respective class. You need to be get take care about in creating that particular respective class and continued with that particular program. Mentioning that taking with the example in working combination of WebDriver with TestNG. So previously WebDriver is an individual program. TestNG is the individual program. Now we are taking care about in working with the combination of WebDriver and TestNG. Let's see that how we can write that program. So while working TestNG, do we got main method? No. While working with the TestNG, there is no concept of main method. In a place of main method, taking care about in utilizing annotations. In a place of main method, we are taking care about that particular respective annotations. As an example, in the taking with annotation, that you will be taking with mentioning that before class. We are using one particular annotation considering that before class. If I'm taking with before class annotation or any annotation, we cannot, any annotations, we cannot applied for individual lines of statement. Any kind of annotations we cannot apply for individual lines of statement. In the same way, we cannot apply for class. Annotations are not applied for individual lines of statement and it is not applied for class. Annotations are applied for method. Annotations are applied for method. Because of that, you can write one method. You can take care about in writing any method name. Any method name doesn't make any problem. Any method name, it doesn't make any problem. But in simple, according to the real-time standards, according to the real-time standards, whenever you are taking with before class annotation, whenever you are taking with before class annotation, that particular before class annotation need to be get take care about in providing method name. What is that method name? Startup. Not like mandatory that it is not like mandatory that need to provide the same method. You can provide any method. You can provide any method. It doesn't make any problem, but need to take care about in creating or providing annotations for method. Now here we need to take care about the driver reference, considering that WebDriver driver equal to taking with new Firefox driver, but giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Import package. We need to be get import that particular package. Okay. Now we got taking with before class written with the code in launching with the browser. In the same way, taking with one more annotation. What is that annotation? After class. That particular after class, you can provide method name can be anything. Whatever method name you want to provide, you can provide any method name. It doesn't make any problem. But in simple, according to the real-time standards, you will provide method name. What is that method name? What is that method name? Tear down. So you will be providing any method name considering the tear down. So that you need to be get import that particular package. Now I need to be get right with the code in closing that particular browser. We need to be get writing with the code in closing that particular browser. Now to close the browser, what is the statement you will write? Driver dot close, utilizing the method name of close. But where is close method? Quit. Not quit method also. Second try for considering that particular driver dot close, or you can try for quit. Any of the method is not giving in the list. If you want to access that particular method, what need to be done? What do you have to do? Mhm. We already created object, right? If I'm taking with the driver reference, which we have been created inside of the method, this particular driver reference, we provided inside of the method. Inside of the method, you can access, but trying with the same in outside of the method, we are not getting access. So that means our requirement is this particular driver reference we need to apply for this particular class according to the current requirement. Don't get connect with the framework. That part is totally different. This is totally different. According to this program, this particular driver reference, I need to be get apply with this particular program. Because of that, how we can write this particular statement. See that as usual, our regular understanding taking with WebDriver driver. The statement completed. Next, I'm taking with driver equal to new Firefox driver. Now we can see. Now let me try. See the understanding? Let me try. Taking with driver dot. Giving the access? Okay. You can work with close method or you can work with quit method according to your comfortable. According to your comfortable, you can utilize any of the thing. The one option we got launching with the browser. Another option we got closing with the browser. The program you can write in any order. The program you can write in any order. That doesn't make any problem. Your program will execute. Your program will execute based on the annotations you provided. What exactly the annotations you got provided according to that particular annotations. According to that particular annotations, it will execute it. Taking care about writing with one more method that will be taking with test case one and taking care about in performing all that particular respective test step. So need to be get take care about in performing all that particular respective test steps here. Since that launching the browser, we are already done. So taking with entering the URL. To enter URL, what is the method name? Driver dot navigate dot to. So which will be taking with driver dot navigate dot to. We need to be get take care about in providing that particular respective driver reference. We need to be get provide that particular respective driver reference. We got launching with the browser. Next, we need to take care about in entering with URL. I mean, launching the browser, entering the URL. We need to enter username. So to enter username, what is the statement? driver dot find element by dot taking with name. What is the name of that? txt username. txt username dot. What is that method name? Taking with send keys. Send keys of need to be get provide that particular username. In the same way, you need to be get take care about driver dot find element by dot taking with name. What is the name of that? txt password taking with dot considering the send keys of Naresh IT taking care about in entering with username enter with password and then need to be get click on the button that will be taking with driver dot find element by dot taking with name considering that submit dot taking with click activity for the confirmation printing with the statement considering that login completed taking care about in adding with wait statement that will be taking with thread dot sleep need to be get provide that wait statement and then taking care about logout driver dot find element by dot taking with link text of need to be get provide logout dot what is that method name? What is the method name? Taking with click activity. And for the confirmation, need to be get print with the statement considering the logout completed. So and then finally, we need to close the browser that we provided. So in this way, you are taking care about in writing with the program. But giving an error here, what need to done? Throws exception. Where I need to write throws exception? There is no main method. Now where I need to write? TC 001. Okay. Considering that throws exception. So don't be confused like throws exception for main method. It's not like main method. According to the requirement, we applied for that. So for now, this thread dot sleep statement we provided in this particular method. So that we will be taking with throws exception. So in this way, you are taking care about in working with the combination of WebDriver with TestNG. So everything WebDriver according to the requirement we got applied that particular TestNG annotations. Okay, let me execute. Before execution, previously we used to take care about working with Java. What is the printf statement? Printf statement. What is it? System dot out dot println, which need to be get taking care about in considering dot taking with system dot out dot println need to be get provide that statement. If I'm taking this statement, where exactly the statement will be printed? The SOP statement where it will print. Output ఎక్కడ ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది? అయ్యా, you are writing system dot out dot println where that statements will be printed. Console. It will be printed in Eclipse console. So we'll say that it will be printed in console here. Now In the same way, taking care about TestNG. In Java, what is a printf statement? System.out.println. That particular statements are printed in console. It has been printed in console, which will mention the Java console. In the same way, taking with TestNG. While working with the TestNG, we got an option considering dot reporter dot log. Reporter dot log. Send that you will mention what need to be printed. So these particular statements are printed in HTML report. These statements are printed in HTML report. Now, the simple understanding while working with programming, we got two printf statements. The one system.out.println, which is getting printed in that console. We can say that Java console. In the same way, taking care about in having this particular TestNG, mentioning the reporter.log. So that particular reporter.log, one printf statement in TestNG to get printing the statements in HTML report. That particular statements are getting printed in HTML report. Now, see the understanding. If I'm taking with this particular one, I'm just writing the statement mentioning the reporter.log and then considering that application open. So application open. So this particular statement, where it will be printed? It will print in HTML report. In the same way, according to your comfortable, taking with reporter.log. So need to be get print with the statement considering that login completed. In the same way, taking care about mentioning that reporter.log, mentioning that logout completed. It can go with the Java printf statement, or it can go with that particular TestNG printf statement according to the tester comfortable. According to the tester comfortable, you can take care about in utilizing with any of that particular respective printf statement. Now we can see that taking care about in executing run as TestNG test. If I run this program, what is the test run count we need to get? If I run this program, what is the test run count you will get? Test run count 1. Failure 0. Let's see that. How exactly it will be done. So take care about in working with that particular combination of WebDriver and TestNG. Need to take care about that particular WebDriver program. Along with that, it has to take care about TestNG results. It's need to take care about doing that login and taking with that particular logout and close the application. Now we can see that total test run is 1, failure is 0. Why it is giving 1? We got only one annotation of editors. Printing the statement login completed, logout completed. These are SOP statement. But while working TestNG, what is the folder it will generate? What is the folder it will generate? Test-output. So in that particular test-output, in that particular test-output, if we just look into the reports, what are the reports we got? Emailable report, index, default suit, which you will be taking with emailable report, mentioning that pass will be the 1 and failure will be 0. So considering that, printing the statement application open, login completed, logout completed. So that is what you are taking with reporter.log. Use of reporter.log. Use of reporter.log. Printing the statement in HTML report. So printing with the statement in HTML report. So in the HTML report, we are able to get print that particular statement. So in the HTML report, we are able to get print that particular statement. So that is what we need to be taking care about in utilizing or in working with the combination of WebDriver with TestNG. So according to the requirement, according to that particular requirement, we can take care about only WebDriver, we can take care about only TestNG, and we can take care about in working with WebDriver with TestNG. So in this way, we can take care about in utilizing or working the combination of WebDriver with TestNG. In the same way, we need to understand one more program. So write with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Mention dot Excel plus. Write with the new heading. Mention dot Excel plus application plus reports. Write with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Mention dot Excel plus application plus report. Excel plus application plus report. Under that, write the description. Under that, write the description. Write the description. Oh. Reading test data. Reading test data from Excel. Reading test data from Excel and applying with application and applying with application, applying with application and generating HTML reports and generating HTML reports. See the understanding? Reading test data from Excel and applying with application and generating report. So let's understand what exactly mean by all these three concepts here. Okay. See that, see the understanding, see the understanding. So if I'm taking with this particular one, see the understanding, we are taking care about in maintaining test data in Excel. That particular test data, as an example, taking with username, password. So the test data we are providing or we are maintaining in Excel. Now, that particular Excel, that particular test data, we need to read it. That means, in simple concept is reading the data from Excel. That particular data we need to be get apply with application and then need to generate with HTML reports. In general concept, these three are individual program which we are already done. If I look into our previous program, written the program related to Excel, reading the data from Excel, writing the data to Excel. That is one individual program. That is a one individual program which we have been done with the respective of Java. With the respective of Java, we done with that activity. I mean, related to Excel. Related to Excel, if you want to be get perform any kind of activity, we done with the activity with the respective of Excel. In the same way, we got taking care about working with application, communicating with application or interacting with application with the help of WebDriver. That means we are launching the browser, entering the URL, enter username, everything we are communicating with application with the help of WebDriver. That is a one individual program which we are already done. In the same way, taking with report, generating the report, taking the help of TestNG. So if we just look into our individual program, we are already done with program of Excel, done with program of WebDriver, and done with program of TestNG. So three individual program. Excel is a different program. Application, I mean WebDriver is a different program and TestNG is a different program. Now, according to the requirement, we need to take care about. According to the requirement, we have to take care about in utilizing these three individual program we need to combine. Further, if you refer our previous program, if we just look into this program, what exactly we done in this program? WebDriver with TestNG. In this program, we are already done with the steps of working with the combination of WebDriver with TestNG. So for this program, what need to be added? What need to be added? Excel. That means rather than entering the username, entering the password directly, this username, this username and password, this particular username and password we need to get from Excel. So first we need to take care about in performing the activity of Excel. So we need to read data from Excel. That particular data we need to apply with application and then generating report. So working with Excel, our regular activity followed with the same thing. Considering that taking care about in working with file import stream, which will be taking with file import stream equal to mentioning the new file import stream. So need to be get mentioned file import stream file equal to new file import stream. As usual, need to be get provide path of Excel. You need to be get take care about in providing path of that particular Excel. So just you need to be get provide the path of that particular Excel. Need to be get import that particular package. After that, you need to be get take care about from the file. What you will access? What you will access? Workbook. But giving an error here. Import package. Okay. We got that package. We imported that package, but giving an error. Throws exception we are already written. Online students. Why it is giving an error? Result or not? So you need to be very careful on that. Okay. Next we got considering the workbook, which you will be taking with workbook. So that you will be taking with mentioning dot workbook dot, which you will be taking with get workbook of 5. Then you will be taking with sheet. So that you will be taking with workbook dot considering the get sheet. If you are aware of that name of the sheet, we can provide name of the sheet. If you are aware of that name of the sheet, we can provide that particular name of the sheet. Otherwise, we can provide that particular respective index that you will be taking with 0, considering the first sheet. As usual, taking with string, considering the username, taking care about st dot, mentioning the get cell. Functionality of get cell, identifying particular cell. This will be taking 0 and then 1. This is 0 and then 1. So need to be get mentioned taking with the cell details, considering the 0, comma 1 dot, which will be taking with get contents, and then taking with the string considering that password dot, which will be taking with get cell considering that 1 comma 1 taking with get contents. So now we got retrieving, reading the data from Excel and assigning to one variable. For the confirmation, taking care about in printing the username, taking with reporter.log. What is the use of reporter.log? Print the statements in HTML report. Then you will be taking with reporter.log. That you will be taking with password. So we got reading with the username and then password. We got assigned to variable. We can apply in the required step. So we are applying in application. To cross check that either it has been entered or not, providing that particular respective wait statement. So now if we just look into the program, reading the data from Excel and then applying with application, along with that generating HTML report. So the one end-to-end program. So we need to take care about that particular respective end-to-end program, reading the data from Excel and applying with application and then generating the report. Enter the data. Okay. Taking with login and then log out and close the application. See that. What is the test run? 1. Failures 0. To confirm that, you can refer HTML report. If you refer HTML report, if I just refer this particular HTML report, able to see username password? That username password which we provided in the Excel, whatever the username password provided in Excel, we are able to read that particular data and need to be get applied in application. So in this way, according to that particular program requirement, according to that particular program requirement, we can take care about in working with that particular required combination. So when you work with real time, when you are working in the real time, it's not like mandatory that you will go with all the concepts. In the real time, it's not like mandatory that you will implement all these concepts here. It's totally depends on your project requirement. It will depends on your test steps here. Based on your test steps, based on your test step, you need to be get comfortable in understanding what exactly that particular statements we can use it. So in this way, we can take care about, in this particular way, we can take care about in working with the individual program of WebDriver and TestNG. So all these are individual program, but our main target taking care about framework. If I'm taking with our main target considering the framework. If I'm taking with framework, in the framework, till now, what we implemented? What we implemented? WebDriver. So in our framework, we got implemented only WebDriver. By that, by taking the help of WebDriver, what we can do? That WebDriver, what we can do? Develop automation script. By using with the WebDriver, we can take care about. By using with the WebDriver, we can take care about in developing with that particular respective automation script. Now, continued with the same. Now, continued with the same for the same framework. For the same framework, you are not disturbing any of your existing thing. Till now, what we done in the framework, we are not disturbing any of our existing activity. The same thing continued. Along with that, you are implementing additional feature. Along with that, you are implementing additional feature. Right. See that. So if I'm taking with this particular framework, so we need to take care about that particular automation framework. We are not disturbing that. Addition to that, we need to implement one more feature. What is it? What is it? TestNG. So we need to taking care about in implementing with the future that we will be taking with TestNG. So by that, if we implement the TestNG, what is the use of TestNG? To generate HTML reports. Once we got implement TestNG, then you can consider it is one of the full-fledged framework because we are able to develop automation script. In the same way, we are able to generate HTML report. By that, once you integrated, see the understanding, once you integrate TestNG, once you got integrate the TestNG, then from that particular step, you can consider that is TestNG framework. That means originally TestNG is not a tool. TestNG is not a tool. For your understanding, we mentioned the tool, but originally TestNG is not a tool. That is one framework which is mainly applied with white box testing. So got white box testing, black box testing. Meaning of white box testing? Testing done by developers. So at that particular time, they can apply this framework. But for now, as part of Selenium automation, by default, Selenium is not able to generate any of the report. That is the reason we need to take care about in integrating TestNG. By that, from that particular step, we can call as it is TestNG framework. In the same way, we need to understand hybrid framework. Continued with the same. Need to take care about that particular POM framework. So in this way, we got an option of different type of frameworks. The one TestNG framework, hybrid framework, and POM framework. Not like only these three. Lot of other things are there, but mainly as part of Selenium automation, we are taking care about in utilizing these particular frameworks. One is TestNG framework, another one hybrid framework, another one POM framework. So for now, it will take care about TestNG. Then we'll convert into hybrid and then we'll go with POM. So let's see that how exactly we can implement what are the steps need to be followed for our framework in implementing TestNG. Let's look into that. Let's look into that. So we are not disturbing any of our existing steps here. Previously, what we done in the framework, all the steps will be the same. We got global.java. What we are maintaining? What is it? Test data and objects related to whole application. Then we got general.java. What we maintain? All reusable functions related to whole application. Then we got test script in maintaining our actual automation script. For now, how many folders we got? How many folders we got? In the framework, how many folders we got? One is lib folder. Another one, test script folder. Now, for this particular framework, continued with the same. Addition to this, we need to implement TestNG. For the same framework, we have to take care about in implementing with TestNG. According to our understanding, if we want to implement TestNG, what are the steps need to be done? TestNG ఎలా ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలి? You want to work with TestNG తో work చేయాలి. If you want to work with TestNG, what are the steps you will follow? First, we will take care about installation. That installation, first step. In the installation, what is the first step? Install TestNG in Eclipse. That is the first step. Second step, download TestNG jar file and add it to project. So install TestNG in Eclipse one-time activity. That is one-time activity. That is already done. What is the second step? Download TestNG jar file and add it to project. As I'm working with the new Java project, I need to add that particular jar file. Adding the jar file followed with same steps here, taking care about that particular libraries, taking with class path, considering that add external jar, taking the jar file. What is the jar file? TestNG. Need to be get adding the jar file. So by that, your installation completed. We done with installation of TestNG. Okay. Next. We have to work with TestNG. TestNG the work cheyali. If you want to work with TestNG, I need to take installation. That installation 2 steps. I done with the 2 step. Now I completed installation. Next, what need to do? That is one-time activity. Installation completed. Yeah. Online students. If you want to work with TestNG, what you will do? TestNG the work cheyalante em perform cheyali. What is it? Annotations. You have to take care about applying the annotations or using the annotations. When you work with Selenium, we got Selenium methods. Java, we got Java methods. In the same way, working with the TestNG, we need to take care about TestNG annotations. That means in this framework, I need to apply annotations. In the framework, I need to apply annotations. So where I can apply the annotations? According to this framework, is it global or general or test cases? Annotations ekkada apply cheyali? Is it global or general or test cases? Online students, global or general or test cases? Whatever you record, you can take that, sir. That is the best option. Okay, general. Why general? All reusable functions. Okay. See the understanding. First, we'll go with global. What do we maintain here? Test data and objects. According to our understanding, annotations can be applied for methods. In global, any methods are there? No. Because of that, very straightforward, we can confirm that we can't apply the methods. Okay. Now, general.java. What we are maintaining here? What we are maintaining? All reusable functions, nothing but methods. So annotations we can apply for methods. Annotations can be applied for methods. So annotations I can apply in general. We can do that. But if I'm considering these methods, the methods we written in general.java related to one test case or multiple test case. The methods we written in general.java, are we using only in one test case or using in multiple test cases? One or multiple? Multiple. So the methods we provided in general, we are applying, we are using that methods in multiple test cases. As an example, test case 1, what we provided? Open application. Test case 2, what we provided? Open application. So the methods we provided in general, we are utilizing in multiple test cases. Because of that, if you provide annotations in general, the execution will become a problem. The execution cannot be done in the proper way. Because of that, annotations are applied in test cases. Annotations we are not providing in general, we are providing in test cases. Whenever I'm taking the test cases, these test cases are individual. Test case 1 is different, test case 2 different, test case 3 different. All are individual test cases. Very easily I can apply annotation. Now let's see how we can apply. According to our understanding, when you work with TestNG, do we require main method? Do we require main method? No, I'm just ignoring main method. In a place of main method, I'm applying annotation. What is annotation? A test. We can go with any annotations here. Initially, we'll go with the test. Once I got comfortable, I can try other. But according to our understanding, annotations are applied for methods. Because of that reason, I'm taking care about one particular method. So which need to be get provide that method and importing that particular package. Then test case 2. Again, we are ignoring main method. We doesn't require main method. In a place of main method, what we are providing? Annotation. That annotation applied for method, providing that method. So this is how we are taking care about in working with WebDriver with TestNG. So now our framework we can call as TestNG framework because we got WebDriver and we got TestNG. Let me try to execute. I'm taking with run as, what is option? TestNG test. So if I just run that, it has to take care about, what is this? J commander. Let me add that particular jar file. I'll just take care about adding that particular jar file considering the J commander. Okay. Now, as we implemented TestNG, what is a folder it has to generate? Folder test-output. In that folder, what are the reports? Emailable report, index, default suit. Now we can see that. So in the framework, it is giving the clear information. Test run is 1, failure is 0. This is console report. We required HTML report. Taking the refresh. I'm just taking refresh. What is the folder I got? Test-output. Now in the framework, how many folders we got? How many folders we got? 3 folders. One folder, lib. Another folder, test script. Another folder, test-output. So in that way, it will take care about all the enhancements according to the requirement. if I just go with that particular path, if I just go with that particular path, I got in a folder, test-output. The report mentioned that emailable report, pass will be the one, failure will be 0. For now, how many test cases we executed? How many test cases we executed? Only one. Test case 1, I got executed. I want to execute test case 2. What I need to do? Yeah. Test case 2, how will execute? I will open test case 2. After that, right click, run as TestNG test. It will execute. Okay. I want to execute test case 3. Then test case 3, if I want to execute, what I need to do? I need to open test case 3, right click, run as TestNG test. Okay, 3 test case done. I want to execute 4th test case. Then what you will do? I will open the 4th test case, right click, run as TestNG test. I want to execute 20 test case. Again, to open the 20 test case, right click and run as TestNG test. Okay. I want to execute 300 test cases. If you want to execute 300 test cases, what need to be done? As simple, we need to sit in front of laptop. First test case completed. Open the second test case. Run as TestNG test. That is completed. Again, open the third test case. Run as TestNG test. That is completed. Again, run as TestNG test. 300 test cases are there. You need to open 300 test cases. 300 times you have to take. Run as TestNG test. So is that possible? Yes or no, guys? Possible or not? It will possible, but the problem is time taking. So it will take more time. We can't sit in front of laptop until it has been executed that many test cases. Because of that, rather than executing individually, like first one test case, again open the second test case, again third test case. Rather than doing that, the 300, I'll make one group, 300, 200, 100, whatever it can be. I'll make that group of test cases and I'll execute. Automatically, it has to take care about in executing all the test cases one by one. So that is what the concept of, that is what the future of test suite. That means forever existing framework, we need to implement. What we have to implement? What we need to implement? Test suite. See that now slowly we are doing lot of decoration for our framework here. So lot of features we are implementing. First we done only WebDriver. For that WebDriver, what we integrated? TestNG. Next, what we need to integrate? Test suite. Meaning of the test suite? Group of test cases. The meaning of test suite. Group of test cases. Executing group of test cases. Once it is completed, for the same framework, we need to integrate one more feature. What is that feature? What is it? Log4j. So in this way, according to the project requirement, we have to take care about in integrating the different kind of features for the framework. So that is what we mentioned, that while working with the framework, for the framework, there is no concept of fully stop, only commas are there. So we can add the comma, we can implement new feature. That is never end process according to the requirement. We can take care about in implementing with different type of features here. So that is what we need to be get take care about it, so that we'll understand that. So for now we got TestNG framework, which we done with WebDriver and TestNG. For that, we need to implement test suite and we'll try for log4j. After that, we'll go with one more feature. So a lot of things we can implement it. So that is what you will understand. Step by step, you will take care about all those concepts here. So please take care about the more practice with the respective of framework here. So tomorrow we'll go with test suite. If possible, we'll try with log4j, and after that we'll be taking care about some other features here. So in this way, your framework will be continued. So please take care about that particular practice. So please look into the practice. Take care about in implementing all the required features.